Hello, everybody. Welcome to Speak Out, the OutWrite podcast. Our last Am I the Asshole episode was so popular that we decided to find out if we were actually still assholes. Remains to be seen. I am JQ. I am your temporary fill-in for Chris, who could not make it tonight. This is a No Men Allowed podcast.
That's true. Another one.
Another one.
That's so exciting.
I am JQ. You can use any pronouns for me.
I'm Lorelli. You can use they, them pronouns for me.
And I'm Lily. You can use any pronouns for me.
My name's Kelly. I use she, her pronouns.
My name is Emma. I use they, she, he pronouns.
I am fascinated by Am I the Asshole for going off on my parents after they invited my brother's ex-boyfriend to his birthday.
Yeah.
Should I just read the post, or does anyone have any initial thoughts about the title?
I didn't really process that.
Okay.
Inviting ex-boyfriend to anything without the person who used to date the boyfriend is probably a bad idea, because they're not together anymore.
Oh, this post is by CoolSky5022. I love Reddit usernames so much.
That's one of the auto-generated ones,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Okay, my 24M younger brother, Carver in quotation marks, has always had kind of an odd relationship with our parents. We're from the country, and growing up, our parents were real big on traditional roles, and all us boys being strong men. We, of course, all played sports and hunted, etc. Carver is gay and has been out since the 7th grade, and we all accepted it, even our parents, though it was still expected of him to be traditionally masculine, and our parents didn't really like the boys he dated unless they were the same. This is a lot of backstory. So that's who he mainly dated in high school, including one of his teammates, Tyler, 20M, who my parents loved, who turned out to be an abusive piece of shit.
Oh! Shit! This is sounding bad.
They broke up after graduating high school, after I got Tyler to leave him alone. Carver met this new guy, Carlos, 19M, at school, and my parents hate him because he's way more fancy to their liking, with his painted nails and wearing girls' clothes sometimes. They pretty much openly dislike him. Carver was home with Carlos over the weekend for his birthday, and we decided to throw him a party. Our parents invited some of Carver's old teammates/friends over, which for some reason included Tyler. I could see Carver tensing up when he saw him, and he just kind of played it off, not wanting to make a scene in front of our younger brothers, who liked Tyler. They don't know why they broke up. My parents were all friendly with him too, while openly disparaging Carlos. Carver and Carlos left as soon as the party was over. Later, I pulled my parents aside and asked them what the hell that was about. They said they were just trying to show Carver a good guy he could date. I reminded them why they broke up, and they said it was just boys being boys, in quotation marks. And it wasn't that serious, because Tyler's a good kid. I yelled at them that was effing crazy, and to not pull something like that again. Just to clarify, it is written F''ing.
Nice.
They got pissed and said I had no right to talk to them like that, and now I've been getting calls from extended family about how they couldn't believe I went off like that on them. Am I the asshole?
Girl,
There's
no.
so much going on.
There's so much happening.
There are so many layers to that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
None of them are good.
No, yeah.
Definitely parents, thumbs down, downvote on the parents, because what the hell? I need to reread that, because that's just so
It's
much.
so much.
I know, I'm trying to keep track of
Like
all
four
the
different
I know,
names.
all of the points.
Also,
So,
the decision to do, Carver and Carlos is a lot.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's
You
true.
could have picked a different fake name.
Just sounds like deeply rooted in heteronormativity, and that's why they hate Carlos, the new boyfriend.
For being too, quote-unquote, fancy.
For being-
for
I
just
love
being
fancy.
queer. The fuck?
I know. Also, just being rude to the new boyfriend while inviting the old one who was abusive. That's another level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first thing was did the parents know he was abusive? But then he said that they did know that he was abusive. So then I was
Yeah.
oh, L. Big
And then
L.
it said it was just boys being boys.
And
See,
I'm
that's a
like-
whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Dead.
Also heteronormativity.
Boys being boys is such a, I don't know, I feel like people appropriate it sometimes to be like, oh, like, this is what boys being boys should be. And then I read a post like this, and I'm like, wow, everything still sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in fact not like that.
The bit where he lists, like, yeah, of course I was hunting. Like, hello, I'm from the Bay
Obviously,
Area.
Traditional man things, hunting.
Hunting. Parkour.
Parkour?
Oh my god, true. Wait, what was that?
Wait,
Have you guys seen that post?
no?
I can't remember. I remember what it was about, like,
It was like
trans athletes, like, just being barred from the Paris 2024 Olympics. Expect an article about that because somebody's writing it. And then they were like, oh yeah, in the parkour competition or something, like skateboarding, especially, like, I don't remember. That's the
Wait, I
thing.
thought it was just a meme where someone was like, male traits like parkour. Like God gave them the ability to do
yeah,
parkour.
that was
Wait, then why don't you explain the post?
When you said the post, I thought you meant like a Tumblr
internet
or Twitter
post.
post.
Yeah, that's about you.
Oh,
You're a
I'm the
poster now.
post.
You are
Thank
OP.
you. I've been crowned poster.
But honestly,
Wait, what's the context for all
Yeah,
this?
what
Because
is
I'm still
this?
confused.
Can you please
I
explain
obviously
this?
misinterpreted
Yes.
the entire situation.
No, just I was in a seminar and somebody decided it would be really interesting to talk about what masculine and feminine traits are like genetically coded into us, because we have those apparently. And she was like, how like men are more, like they've evolved to do things like parkour.
Literally.
no parkour for women.
No
No
parkour for women.
Where are you as a
And
woman
also, they
doing parkour?
evolved to do
Right?
parkour.
Men?
Her thing, I'm so sorry. She's nice. She's nice. But like her thing was that like it was funny because she was saying that men had evolved to do things like parkour and something else that I like totally forgot. And then she started saying that like women evolved to be more like nurturing and everything. But I think she realized how that sounded, so we just trailed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There have been like at least 2 really gender essentialist Tumblr posts that randomly got popular that I think about so much. I only remember one of them. It was like, don't ask me why, but I feel like dark academia is for he-theys and cottagecore is for she-theys.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, guys.
Oh, I thought that was a joke.
Listen to
They
what
were
you're
being
saying.
serious about that? The other one's about Legos, remember that?
Yeah, okay. After, like, there were like 2 serious ones, then people started just making fun of it so much. Which, honestly, I also love. Don't ask me why Lego Friends is for girls.
So
What do we think
Car-
about this
Carlos and
topic?
Carver?
Yeah, what do we think about this?
Ah, yes.
Are the parents is the poster the asshole?
No.
No.
Nah.
No.
Me personally.
Also, why was extended family calling?
Yeah, why?
Like,
The drama.
What?
why is everybody in everybody's business?
I don't know.
That's
That's
crazy.
the country, I guess.
It's also
Also,
how
what's
it-
the country? Like the country, like
You know,
The
from
South?
the sticks?
The sticks?
Yeah, the sticks.
It sounds like
What's
it's
that
in,
mean?
like some.
The river Styx from
No,
Greek
like,
mythology? What are we talking about?
like sticks like branches. Like, when
Like you would
Girl,
call
what?
you would call a rural area the sticks.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I was
There's
not
like
aware of
branches
this.
out there.
That's
I
so
never
true.
heard
There's
of
not
that.
branches
Sticks.
anywhere else except for the
never
country.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's the
That's
sticks.
so funny.
Niche references.
Not STY whatever.
You're
X.
right, XTY, yeah.
Yeah, they come from ancient Greece.
True.
You know, the
They'd be less
backcountry river sticks.
Yeah.
Everyone's always hunting in ancient Greece.
No, I'm just imagining like some Eastern European country where they like, and then they just like go and like rip logs in half and like
What?
Like I just
Oh,
imagine
as
them
the- I
being like
see.
hunting like with their bare hands.
In Eastern
and
Europe?
then they, in Eastern
Okay.
Europe. This is why I'm imagining this and picturing this.
Oh, I thought it was
see.
happening in like Florida.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, I
You know, it
definitely
does
thought
sound
this
like-
was happening in
Like the
Texas.
panhandle of Florida.
you thought they were hunting with their bare hands.
Yes.
That's
They
a
just,
totally
like grab
different
an
one.
animal.
They just grab it.
They're like
You
fighting
see a
bears.
squirrel and you take
You
it.
just grab it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do feel like sometimes you just want to grab a bird and hold it gently, though.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I
Like-
think about that every single day.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to grab a bird and then like kind of squish it a little bit, but like
Oh my
in
You
the
God.
can do
cartoon,
that with a chicken.
in the cartoon
They'll let
way,
you hold them.
where
You can squish
it
a
doesn't.
chicken?
Yeah, it's like, you know.
Yeah, just give it a little squish.
I was always afraid of chickens.
They're kind of
Chickens
scary.
are kind of
They're
brutal.
They're kind of aggro.
They're aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turkeys are scary.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Turkeys are big
I
and
would
they're
not
not
pick up a
afraid of
turkey.
you.
Same with geese. Also, this guy's parents. Definitely the asshole.
Right up there with geese.
Yep. I kind of like the look of, am I the asshole for accusing my sister of lying about being lesbian?
Oh.
Not
yes.
not in the sense that I like it, but
No,
it sounds interesting.
I think we should
Emma
accuse more
loves
people of
accusing
lying.
people.
Yeah. Of lying.
This is by objective_cup 6423.
Ooh, love that.
I seriously Reddit usernames. They
They would be
They're
really
great.
good, like, band names.
That's
Objective
true.
Cup.
Yeah.
That's great.
kind of a neutral milk hotel vibe, honestly.
Right?
Am I the asshole for accusing my sister of lying about being lesbian? Initial reactions.
Preliminary thoughts?
Probably. I mean,
Yeah,
I
indeed.
gotta be real, folks. It's not looking good.
it's not looking good.
I'm just really curious where this is gonna go. Like how they what does the poster mean by accusing?
And what's their basis for
I'm
this?
just like waiting in anticipation.
They do like the
True.
Ace Attorney point. My sister was always a tomboy, and she made it very clear very young that she is into girls. She didn't even have to come out, as she has been talking about her girl crushes since middle school. She has a really close best friend, Ben, who was always allowed to come over and even sleep at our house, because our parents viewed him as just a friend. Meanwhile, I was never allowed to have boys over. Their relationship was always a bit suspicious to me, because they were always very close physically, play wrestling with each other and such. She is 19 now, attending the same college as Ben, and they even live together as roommates. Roommates is in scare quotes.
And they were roommates.
She came home last weekend and announced that Ben and her are dating now. Our parents were really surprised, but they didn't say anything. I pulled her aside to ask what's up. I see two options. One, she is not into Ben, but suddenly decided to use him as a beard and go back to the closet for some mysterious reason. 2, she was always into him and they had been secretly dating all this time, and she purposefully lied to our parents to be able to spend more time with Ben. She said that she didn't lie. She needed time to figure out her sexuality, and coming to terms with her bisexuality when everyone treated her like a lesbian since she was 8 didn't make it easy for her. She also said that if I have a problem with our parents not letting me have boys over, I need to take it up with them, not her. Then she treated me like shit the whole rest of the weekend. I think asking her what's going on was an absolutely fair question, and her reaction is over the top. But on the other hand, I'm straight, and I have no clue how it is to grow up openly lesbian or closetedly bi. Am I the asshole?
Girl, yeah. As the sister said, if you've got it, why is it your business what the sister is doing? Like, if you're like, wow, what the hell? She gets to have boys in her room and I don't. Then, like the sister said, take that up with the parents. That's not her fucking problem.
Also,
It's
like,
just
why
silly.
is it either, like, oh, she went back into the closet for a mysterious reason, or she's lying, and she's been lying for years.
Right.
There's other options.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
on bi erasure.
Yeah. Her explanation is perfectly reasonable. Like, biphobia is real and not always known to everybody as, like, an orientation that they can, like, have.
Yeah, and she's 19.
And she's 19.
Yeah, she's
Fuck.
literally 19. Like, wow, how dare you not have your sexuality figured
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, you've
Everything
been lying this
figured
whole
out.
time for
Yeah.
not knowing
How
every
dare
single
you
thing.
suddenly develop feelings for somebody? That's
Right.
crazy. That never happens.
Wow, interesting.
As we all know,
Mm.
it's impossible to change your label.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Mhm.
It's locked
You gotta
in
pick
stone
one.
from 8 years old.
From 8 years
8
old!
years old.
It's like in fucking Divergent where you have to do like the choosing ceremony. They make you stand over like bowls and drip your blood into them.
And this
shit.
sister is Divergent.
wow, that's
Wow,
crazy.
that's crazy.
Not just one bowl.
She picked up a lesbian rock, but she also picked up...
She pocketed the bisexual rock.
Yeah.
Put it in her pocket.
It's a
My
secret
gosh.
tool that will help us later.
She's gonna throw it at this sister for being an idiot.
I was just like, oh, this is like similar to my bi coming out story. Because I was always into girls, and then I was like, later in life, I was like, oh, guys too, I guess.
True.
Yeah.
Were people weird about it?
No, because I was in my homophobic era pretending to be straight.
So
I
You're in the homophobic era.
So when I came out not as bi. It was just kind of fun. It was just kind of nice.
Tell me more about your homophobic
That's so fun,
era.
yeah.
I thought everyone knew about my homophobic
No.
era.
No.
It's something I discuss
This
often.
is common knowledge.
No.
Common
It's common Lily
lore.
lore. My
Oh.
homophobic era. My young Republican era.
Oh no!
As like a middle schooler, early high schooler that didn't know what was going on.
Oh.
And then now I have character growth. Character development. We're no longer in those eras.
That's
And
so
now
true.
you're on a gay podcast.
And now I'm on a gay podcast.
Literally.
In a gay office.
With
Don't
mood
cancel
lighting.
me.
I
would-
cancel Lily for being homophobic.
I was
only for a
child.
little
She
bit.
changed her label from homophobic to bisexual.
That
Character development.
character development.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's kind of funny that in this article that the parents were just like, obviously this child is gay, so we'll just
I
let
know.
her have boys.
That's so funny. Oh, also, like she meant, like you're so right. She mentioned at the beginning, like, oh, she didn't even have to come out because she always talked about her crushes on girls. Like, damn, so gay that she radiated it from like the womb.
How old is middle school? Like 10?
10 to 13, I
If
think.
you're
Yeah.
still a tomboy in middle school,
That's what the parents said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Something happening there.
But yeah, I thought the title was going to be misleading and it was going to be like not bad, but
how could it have
Nope.
been misleading?
well,
I mean, like, the
Like
key-
if
Sometimes
if she
they
was
decide to go
actually
through
lying
some
about it or
hoops.
something, like
They do,
I don't
but I feel like this
know,
has
but-
strong language.
It turns out.
but
was-
I think this person is the asshole.
Yeah.
for sure.
They are
I'm
the
surprised by how accurate the title is.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Yeah.
keep expecting it to be like, I pushed my gay son down the stairs. Actually read both fell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this is like, I accused someone of lying about being a lesbian, and then I did that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I see stories like this, I just get caught up in my like jealousy of people that had accepting parents when they were young, and
Oh.
it's like, yeah, like it's like, oh, like, you know, but like it's like interesting because it's like the other side where it's like, oh, like being known as as the lesbian of like your
Mm.
family could be its own like pigeonhole. So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that she
Yeah.
said that the sister said that she felt like everybody just like expected her to be a lesbian, so she was like, okay, I guess I'm a lesbian.
Mm.
That's interesting. You don't really hear about that.
I feel like there's a much more dominant, like, everyone expected you to be straight, because
Yeah,
that is the more
well,
common
sure.
expectation, I
Yes.
gotta
Sure.
say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, interesting.
The parents' heterophobia.
They're heterophobic, that's why they won't let their child have boys in their room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
L.
L.
Okay, Shane
I was
Top
hoping
voice.
it was
thank
like
you.
accidental.
Can't do a
Shane
Shane
Top
Top
voice.
Do the voice.
What is Shane Top's voice?
I don't know. I don't know who this
I don't
man
know.
is.
I don't know.
I
who
didn't
this
watch.
man-
I didn't watch him,
Just
so
like
I
a
don't
white
know.
man voice.
Yeah, I feel like I already kind of have a white man voice, though.
Do
Do
a
the
British
James
voice.
No!
British accent for outing my trans cousin.
British accent for, am I the asshole for outing my trans cousin? Let me visualize to get it.
You need to get in
Okay.
character.
Yeah.
Last week, me, 22M, was talking to a friend, 22M, who had recently been dumped by his girlfriend, who ended up dating my cousin, 24M. Already, too many names. I was laughing at what
Yeah.
happened. During the conversation, I told my friend that this was my cousin's first time dating a girl, since he transitioned about 4 years ago. He acted weird and had a confused look on his face. He was very surprised, as he did not know that my cousin was trans. I thought this was weird, as he had worked with my cousin for 2 years at a restaurant, and he always told me how close they were. For context, my cousin had documented his entire transition, FTM, on his Instagram, where he posted many updates on testosterone. He had even posted a picture of his chest post-top surgery. I thought that my friend had seen these posts, since they are both pretty active on social media, and did not know that he didn't. FYI, his Instagram was public, so anyone could look up my cousin's name and find it. A few days later, I get a call from my cousin yelling at me for outing him. Without me knowing, my friend had told a lot of other people that my cousin was trans, and some of his homophobic friends were harassing my cousin. I tried to tell my cousin that I thought everyone knew, since he posted the whole transition, but he told me that he deleted that Instagram a couple months ago. So we got in an argument over how the internet is forever, and how he never reached out telling me that he wanted to keep his transition a secret. Now my aunt and other family are mad at me and my cousin and my cousin and I are not on speaking terms. And to make it worse, he is boycotting our grandmother's funeral since he's so mad at me. Am I the asshole?
Yo, okay, I just want to say.
I thought you were going to do the accent just for the title, not the
No, I had to start reading along on my phone because I was like, oh,
Same,
I'm
I
not
will
taking
not follow
any of
it.
this in.
I had to read it.
Let's hope our listeners had a better.
Listened.
I have a
I had
very
to
clear
really
and
concentrate.
articulate.
I was
No, it's
concentrating
clear, but I'm
hard.
being distracted by the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Focusing
first
on
sentence
it.
is completely gone. Just processing the accent.
Am I
to
the
be
asshole?
fair-
Well, good
It's
job,
spelled with
Jason.
an R.
Kind of Australian.
I feel like I started slipping like northern there. It's the
Interesting.
sound becomes an cousin.
Oh,
My cousin.
cousin.
Do it again in like a Scottish accent.
I cannot. Shut up.
Just keep
You
posting
do
that.
So this one is contentious.
It is.
This one started off as not their fault and then became their fault.
But it's like
like
contentious.
content. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you should
Yeah.
always
What
be
does
careful.
contentious mean?
Yeah.
You should always
We're
just
not
assume on the
entirely
side of
sure
not.
which side. Like both sides have
Mm.
valid points.
Right.
I
True.
think it was an accident, but then he didn't apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Yeah,
That's what I
going
mean.
into like the internet is forever. Like okay.
That was dumb
Yeah.
to me.
No,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he probably should have just like said sorry and moved
Yeah,
on.
he should have
Yeah.
been like, "Oh my god, like shit, fuck, like I'm so sorry." Like that.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
the appropriate reaction.
Yeah, it sounds like the initial conversation seemed very fair though. If you,
Mhm.
Like, cause like the friend, like the whatever the coworker was like, they were like close friends and knew each other for ages. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And he thought it was on the public Instagram.
Mhm.
That seems kind of okay to me.
Yeah.
Like I think like we should like I think definitely like he could have played it safe and not have just mentioned that. But like at the same time, like it was an accident. But then the afterwards was not an accident.
Yeah.
No.
His dumb justification.
No, yeah, that was silly. The argument was where also it got me.
Also, the grandmother's funeral thing.
The grandmother's funeral
Boycotting
was a
your
lot.
grandmother's funeral is so funny.
Yeah, what does
It's
this
so
have
funny.
to do with the argument?
Dude,
Like,
grandma.
Are you just trying to make your cousin like look bad? Like, oh, he's not going to this funeral.
Yes.
You know.
what do the comments have to say?
That's
Let's
a
see
good
what
question.
comments
Yeah, what are
have to
their
say.
consensus?
We need Reddit.
Does it give you like an overview somewhere?
No.
This pinned one, I don't think what you
I-
did was intent. Oh, they got an award. It's a light bulb,
Ooh.
and it's got a little animation. It says, "I don't think what you did was intentionally wrong. You never meant to cause harm, and as far as you had been led to believe, your cousin was out and open to the world. However, the world is regressing in human rights as a whole, so any minority is going to be in danger when you out them. That being said, NTA, how could you have known your cousin went back into the closet if they didn't tell you? Communication is key from both parties."
No.
Which is
Pretty
a good
fair.
point, but I think they ignore the fact that they then got defensive and
Yeah.
Yeah.
had
the
this whole
is where
argument.
it falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give this they're the asshole.
Well,
Not
it's
for
like-
outing them on accident, but for not acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like I need a term that's like less strong than asshole.
A medium.
Right.
He gets a neutral.
Yeah, you're like
Cancelled out.
you should have.
There's like everyone sucks here.
Yeah, but the cousin definitely is not in the wrong.
No, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'd say.
I feel like it's more like it's not
A
like
mixed bag.
you're an asshole
No.
forever. It's more like learn to do a good apology.
Yeah.
Remember the
Yeah.
parents who laughed in the son's face when he was...
Oh, yeah.
It's just like that one where like the parents did almost everything right except for like that weird part at the end where they
Yeah.
were laughing at him while he was
Yeah.
crying.
It's like
Like,
That one little
you don't
fucked
want
up
to say
part.
you're an asshole forever, but also it's like
you should not be
apologize.
defensive
Yeah.
over.
You should probably apologize about that one.
Imagine saying sorry.
We'll have,
That's
to,
crazy.
we'll have to come up with a new
Not be
stamp
me.
for this result.
Say sorry.
Just apologize.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a good one, yeah. Boom, just apologize.
Just apologize.
Stamp.
Totally recoverable mistake.
Yeah. Maybe not totally recoverable since they're fully not on speaking terms, but
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
recoverable to a certain extent.
Could have been recovered if you didn't increase the tension.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, the fact also that the cousin is like, yeah, people were, like, harassing me.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
And he's like, well, I didn't know it was a problem.
Yeah,
It's
like, come on.
No, now. People are harassing.
Mm.
The internet is so mean.
Indeed. Almost all of the time.
A moment of silence for the internet.
For everyone who has ever experienced the internet.
We're sorry. You're probably watching or listening to this on the internet.
Damn, that's crazy.
How does that feel?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Hopefully we're not as mean as the rest of the internet.
Fun fact, even if you're watching this / listening on UCLA radio, it's still the internet because we don't actually have radio signals.
Damn.
We
It's
don't
just
have-
digital?
We don't?
No, it's digital.
Oh my god.
Blue tomato.
Yeah, we haven't had real radio signals in years and years and years.
That's wild.
That's sad.
Fun
We
Yeah.
should
trivia fact.
I know,
gotta
I was
start
sad when I found that
broadcasting
out.
this over like ham radio.
Yeah, we do.
Like Citizens Band radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outright, speak out
Alright, speak out. Coming to you on
via real radio waves.
Yeah,
Radio
she'll
wave.
get into your brain.
Gonna
Turn you
microwave
gay.
you.
Yeah, they're gonna microwave your brain into being gay.
Yep.
That's actually our agenda.
Ooh.
That soundbite's going out.
Yeah.
No! We can put that on TikTok.
That's my cancelable offense this episode. Since
I
we
feel
all
like
got one last
Everyone
time.
has to have at least one canceled moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So true.
I feel like cancelable moments are just am I the asshole, but like big, larger scale.
Pretty
you know?
much. Yeah.
Cancelable moment. The entire internet decides whether or not you're the asshole.
That's so true.
Am I the asshole for having a homophobic era?
No, that's just your cancelable moment.
My cancelable moment.
Yeah.
So true.
Would I be the asshole if I didn't? Oh my god! If I didn't include my
You've got
daughter.
this.
Look, I am such a hater of technology. I don't know how anything works, and I don't have any social media.
And yet you're our tech guy for the podcast.
Okay, but like a microphone is easy because I don't have to look hot.
You have to
The
look out to be
microphone
on
does
social
not
media?
have the microphone is not like I don't know.
What are you trying to say here?
Under my post.
What? Women
What are you talking
are
about?
women commenting on
Social
your
media
Facebook
so
post?
much.
On your
They're
social
the
media
judge.
posts?
Yeah. The microphone is
I'm
not
so
a performance.
confused.
I just have to like do the thing.
And knowing tech is a performance?
No, social media is a performance.
Well, sure.
We went from like technical issues to like commentary on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm always like 5 seconds away from commentary on social media.
We should
I
get
mean,
That's
into
so
it.
valid. Start a podcast.
We'll pivot.
No!
I mean, if you... What's that one? Oh, God, I was trying to think of the actual word, but like the whole world's a theater. That one
All the world's a
philosophical...
stage.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the men and women merely players upon it.
Yeah, that asshole.
What, Shakespeare?
Oh, this Shakespeare! Oh, damn.
I
Okay.
thought
He
we
was a
were
little
talking
fruity,
about-
so he's
Does
not an
Shakespeare have
asshole.
a podcast?
Does Shakespeare have a podcast?
Like currently or
Yeah, he streams every Wednesday
I know
on Twitch.
not currently. But if Shakespeare was alive today, he would have a podcast.
That is true.
Yeah,
He
that
would
man
be
would
into
never be able to
crypto.
shut the
But it would
fuck
be
up.
like a shitty podcast.
Yeah.
It would.
He'd also be a little bit gay, but then people would call him gay in the comments.
I think he'd
and
be,
then
like,
he'd be
gay
like,
and homophobic.
no.
Yeah, gay at the same
Homophobic.
time.
Yeah.
Be in his young Republican era.
No, don't young Republican Shakespeare.
No,
We're
I feel
headcanoning
it.
him.
Young Republican. Oh.
Man, it is warm in here.
Yeah, I am
It
very,
is-
very offended. I am wearing a jacket.
I
and
know.
I am
It was
not
not
happy.
Wearing our cool merch.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Get
This
it for
is an
$45.
Hashtag sponsored.
Do we sell it?
I think we do. Well, I
We
think
do.
we sell
I
that.
think
Actually.
we don't
But
have an
honestly,
internet
if you
store.
give us $45,
You
we'll
can have
probably
anything.
get
Yeah, we'll give you a sweater.
we'll get it to you somehow.
Chris is
Flip
gonna
us
bust
40
in and be
bucks.
like, stop fucking making promises that we can't keep.
Yeah.
I wish Outright could have an online store, but we would be canceled by Jose.
Yeah.
Ooh.
God, that could be our cancelable moment.
Outright as a whole's cancelable
Yeah.
moment.
After how many years?
a lot.
So many.
Wow, I can't do
60?
that math.
We're the oldest queer publication in the nation.
Oh, just
Wait,
the
wait,
oldest
wait, guys.
College
Guess
public.
1979.
1979.
Oh, like 50 years
What's the
almost.
So
Forty-
if that's to
44
2019,
years.
then yeah.
Crazy.
Wait, why 2019?
Because
Because
89
it's-
is easy to do to...
Yeah,
Oh.
79,
79.
89, 2009, 2019.
Actually, I add
Damn.
1 and then add 40 and then add
JQ.
3.
What are you guys doing? I didn't do it at all.
I had
Okay, 79, 89, 2009, 2019 plus 1.
Okay.
Plus-
How about
19.
1 plus 20?
Wait, plus 4.
What? 1 plus 20 plus 23. 4,
Yes.
24 plus 20, 44.
That's
Lily,
basically how I did
I'm
it,
so
except
scared
1
now.
plus 40 plus 3.
I'm shaking.
Me when gays actually
I'm
cannot do math. Or
Oh,
gays do math in really
yes.
convoluted and fucked up ways.
Wait, Emma's our resident STEM major.
Oh my god. Am I the only STEM
Wait.
major?
Well, I'm
No,
econ, but that's a
she's
social
econ.
science. And
It's a-
also
it's
history, but
technically
that's
a
also a
STEM
social
major.
science.
History is not STEM.
Econ?
Econ and history are both BAs, so I'm not a STEM girl.
Oh, damn.
But didn't they like classify it as a STEM major? I got like an email about
Yeah,
it.
that's
when
for
I was
like
an
Really?
econ
if you have
major.
like if you're like an international student, it counts as STEM, so you can stay in the U.S. for longer.
This is
Oh.
riveting
I
information.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my fact from being an econ major.
Oh.
Wow, this is so off topic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
I'm the
get
resident
back
STEM
on
Would
major.
I be
to-
the asshole if I was an econ major?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, psychology.
Barely. It's a soft science.
Cancelable
Very
moment
soft.
being an econ major.
It turns out I've been in my cancel moment this whole time.
Yeah, this
whole
is
time.
JQ's cancel moment.
Yep.
Being an econ major.
Yep.
I can't believe it took this long, honestly.
Wait,
Would-
what's the accent for this time?
New accent. What other accents can you do?
I can't do any accents. I can't even do a British
What the
accent.
hell?
But James can.
Yeah, James just sort of. I just sort of embody James. Like the J and JQ start standing for James.
James possesses you.
Yeah, the spirit of James moves within me.
James is
Amen.
a D&D.
James is a D&D character I play. He's a human wizard who's a complete. He's useless and mean.
He's useless. He's not even that mean. He's just a pathetic little guy.
He's a pathetic little guy who deserves mockery.
That's
So valid.
I love that.
Yay.
Now that our listeners know.
Now that our
Context.
listeners know.
Let's
Now
read the,
that
let's read the
James
title.
lore.
What?
My daughter and I have had our fair.
No,
Wait,
read
the
the
title.
Lily still doesn't know the title.
need the title.
Would I be the asshole if I didn't include my daughter in my family's Christmas celebrations and had a separate one with her?
I like how it's labeled asshole underneath it. I didn't realize that it did that. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, it does like a little flare.
Assigned asshole.
Assigned asshole.
Assigned asshole by
So
Reddit.
funny.
That's democracy.
My
Literally.
my daughter and I have had our fair share of difficulties. We get along better now, but since I don't see her as often as I'd like to, the times when we do see each other are important. She usually celebrates Christmas with my family, since her mom is an agnostic Jew, and it's an important time for us. My daughter was previously my son and came out as transgender to me 2 years ago. I honestly blame the last Christmas she spent with my family for her telling her mother so long before me. I think she has been uncomfortable with my family and missed the past few years because my family reacted badly about her coming out as being attracted to men. She doesn't want to be called gay now, as she sees herself as a straight girl. Wow, terrible sentence. It was my mistake for telling them at all, but I didn't know how to cope with it at the time. They were saying some things to her which weren't right, especially since she was really just a kid, and she reacted by crying and literally running out, which just escalated everything. At first I was excited to have her agree to Christmas with my family again, but now I'm realizing what happened is going to be that, but much worse. I don't want to see my daughter crying again, and I want to improve our relationship. My solution seems to be causing more issues. I was thinking I could celebrate Christmas with my family without her, and then do a separate Christmas celebration with her. Edit. I even told her she could bring her boyfriend, something she would not be able to do if she went to my family's Christmas. The issue is, the only other days around that time that I'm free, I'm doing Christmas with my fiancé's family, and then me and the guys, been friends since high school, have this tradition that I can't skip.
Okay.
My fiance is also struggling to be accepting, so I can't bring my daughter to her family's Christmas either. My daughter was upset because I had talked about how great our Christmas was going to be since we hadn't seen each other in a while. I said that we're still going to have a great Christmas, and honestly, a better one without my family. She says she doesn't care about not being able to celebrate with my family. She says that she wanted to celebrate with me, and I told her she still will. She started saying that she's always the lowest priority in my life, and that she doesn't want to try to have a relationship with me anymore. For any other dads out there, I'm pretty sure you can understand why I'm writing here. That shit hurt. But there's nothing else I can really do, so would I be the asshole? I thought she was just being sensitive, but typically when your kid is being sensitive, it's still important. I know that from experience. Okay, what I don't understand is why there's the stuff about the boys.
That's the boys.
I also just want to note copy editor JQ correcting the grammar as he reads.
I know, I was looking at that and I was like, yeah, it makes more sense when you read it like that.
Imagine prioritizing the boys over your daughter.
Over your literal daughter,
It's
whose
like-
relationship you just said you wanted to do better at.
I can't
I feel
miss
like
this
this
tradition
guy-
with the boys.
Him
This
and the
guy
boys
is
have a tradition that he cannot
I
skip.
know.
Can't skip it.
Cannot.
But it's like, I feel like this guy is almost there, but just missing on several fronts. Like, he's trying.
Several, yes.
But, like, he has a fiance who's, like, homophobic / transphobic.
Yeah.
Like, he's prioritizing the boys. Like, it's just, he's almost there.
He is.
I don't think he's almost there.
kind of pretty
very
far off.
away.
Yeah.
He's far away, but
Maybe
I
not almost.
do see Clay's point and I do see the foundation. He's not using like normally when people get on here and they're like, am I being the asshole for being a transphobe? Their like language is very much like, and then she was being sensitive by running out and crying and then not talking to anybody. I called her a little bitch because I don't think that she should do that. You know, it's not like that. Like he said like the bit about like, but I understand like when your kid is being sensitive, it's still important. You know, like he's got some sort of foundation. It's just buried under layers of like, you're surrounded by horrible people. Why are you surrounded by horrible people?
Well,
Like-
the thing is, though, like, he said when the daughter was crying because the family was being horrible to her, he was like, oh, but she ran out crying, which only escalated the situation.
Yeah, that was weird.
Which is questionable.
Which is like, yeah, they were being...
yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
Yep. It's almost like they were being awful to her.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, he says that he really likes his daughter and that he wants to improve his relationship with her. And then all of his actions seem contrary to this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
that's-
likes
That's
Very
a
much
good
so.
point. That's a
But
good point.
not as much as the boys.
That part was so
You'll
funny.
never
Really?
meet the boys.
You'll never meet the boys.
I've known the boys since high school.
Whoa, okay.
We've
You
been
weren't
through things together, please.
Well, you've
You
known
weren't
your
even
daughter
born
ever since
yet.
she was
She was
born.
born, yeah.
Is that less
Hey.
important than the boys?
But he's known them longer.
Yeah.
Unless she was
Still.
born in high school. No, I know. There is a comment which he agrees very heartily with and says, you're right, it's like this comment kicked, well, I can read the comment.
Yeah,
but-
how would you read the
Okay, this top comment, which got 21 awards, including the little light bulb one from the earlier one. It says, YTA, and it says, here's the thing, dude. Ultimately, what everyone here is saying doesn't matter. You're absolutely the horrible asshole in this situation, but what matters right now is your daughter. Your comments claim that she is your top priority and that you do truly love her. If that's true, then you have to cancel one of your other Christmas plans and spend Christmas with her. Like, that's just the situation you're in. She's making it clear that she does not want a relationship with you if you don't make an effort to put her first. You can argue with us all day about whether or not you're prioritizing her or whether you're doing the right thing or whether you're the asshole. None of that matters except for fake internet karma points. Oh my gosh. You're convincing internet strangers that you're the asshole. You're not the asshole, sorry. Even when you definitely are, does nothing to help your situation. What matters is you're going to lose your daughter if you don't cancel on your family and spend Christmas with her. That's the situation you're in. You have two choices. Stick to your original plans and likely lose your daughter forever, or cancel your plans and spend it with her instead and start trying to listen to what she says she needs from you. We can't make that choice for you. To be clear, one of the choices is definitely the right choice, but you have to make that choice for yourself. And then the original poster says, you're right. It's like this comment kicked me in the head. I've got to cancel with my parents. She comes first. Hopefully that's what he did. I mean,
Oh.
there's no update, but
That's good. That's good.
There is.
yeah.
There is also another good comment down here that I feel like is just saying a lot of the things we've been saying. It's, like, daughter, you always put me last. OP, original poster. No, I don't. It's just that I had to spend Christmas with my transphobic family, and then with my transphobic fiancé, and also my bros.
Yep.
But you're definitely one of my top priorities.
Right up there. Just fourth.
I cannot get over the boys.
Boys.
I cannot skip the fact that he's choosing to cancel with his parents rather than with the
I know,
boys.
that's so funny, right? Maybe the boys are the only ones. Plot twist: the boys are the only ones that aren't transphobic.
That's
Yeah.
true. And I was like, wait, the parents are transphobic, so it makes sense. I was like, you should have canceled probably even before then.
But he is engaged to his transphobic
Yeah,
fiancé, so
like-
clearly not a problem for him.
That's the thing that I don't get is like, how are you like accepting of her, but surrounded by these people who don't? Like, how is that not like a deal breaker for you? Which just goes back to like, you know, you're not actually prioritizing her if these things aren't deal breakers to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Am I the asshole for spending Christmas with two different sets of transphobic family? Rather than my trans daughter.
Rather than my trans daughter.
I know. Also, it's like, how big of a deal is it really to cancel on one of these family parties? Like,
Yeah.
even like for just 1 year too. It's not like for forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, simply don't go and like prioritize your daughter.
Simply don't go.
Simply don't go.
I
Also,
get
not to
it.
mention, why can't your fiance come to your family's Christmas celebration and then you knock out two birds with one stone? You still get to
point.
spend time with everybody, but you also get time to spend with your daughter. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe the boys are like his safe space, you know? Like
Safe space for what, bro?
Oh my gosh.
you need your boys.
You need your boys.
Bro needs that
Shit.
toxic masculinity in his life.
Yeah. They're gonna go have
the
homoerotic
boys aren't
tension.
necessarily toxic.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
That's true, we don't know that.
supportive.
Maybe the boys are really supportive.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe instead of being in the bar having like fights, they're all like sitting there kind of like patting him on the back, being like, "It's all right, man."
You're doing this for your daughter, who we all support.
Yes.
Another thing is, it's like, how about you just, I know you have an important Christmas tradition, but you could probably see your friends on a different day that's not.
Christmas.
That's
Yeah.
non-negotiable.
Yeah. No, he already said he can't skip it.
He cannot
cannot.
skip it.
Anyone
skip
but
it.
the boys.
Interesting. So are we saying that he's the asshole?
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's your
Bad
leg.
mistake.
Yeah.
I can't get over the boys.
Shout out to the boys.
The
Shout out to
boys.
the boys. They're back in town. That's the only day they're
Apparently.
back
I
in
need to know
town.
what the tradition is.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I want to know too.
Right?
I know, what's so good that you're
What-
gonna lose a relationship with your daughter
What-
forever?
Yeah.
Why is it time sensitive to that specific day?
The tradition is a kiss on the lips.
I love that.
If it's Christmas, it's not gay.
That's so true.
Oh, he did send an update. He said he did cancel with his family to spend it with his daughter. Quote, when I called my parents, I did tell them that they made my daughter uncomfortable in their home, and as much as I love them, she's my daughter and she comes first. I've been making excuses for them for a long time, when really they've been picking on my kid, who hasn't done anything to hurt anyone and is just trying to live her own life in peace. To be honest, my family has had a hold on me for too long, and this even goes back to my relationship with my daughter's mother, but that's unrelated.
I need to know that tea.
Hey, that's good.
That is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
He
I
did
am
the right
glad
thing.
that Reddit
He
made
did
him
the-
choose good. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He did a character growth.
He did.
Good for him.
Good for him. And he says that, he's, quote, I do think it is getting to a place with my fiancé where I have to say, you've had enough time to learn. Are you going to respect who she is or not? But it's hard because I know she's been trying and I want to give her that chance. But also, how long is it going to take? Apparently, when the fiancé and he got together, the daughter wasn't out as either trans or initially gay.
Hey, he's doing the right thing.
He's doing the
Yeah.
right thing.
He's no
Good for
longer-
you. What's
Good
his?
for him.
What's the username?
It's a throwaway.
I think it says like,
Good for you,
Am I the
user
asshole Christmas?
1284.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good for you. It's like, would I be the asshole to Christmas?
Yeah.
But like,
Good for this
He
guy.
is no longer
That guy.
a bystander of his own
Okay
life.
for him.
yes.
Yeah, that's
He's,
so
He's
true.
approaching
He's-
the bare minimum.
Yep.
The boys are helping him.
The boys.
The boys, parentheses, on Reddit.
The boys are
You're
on
the
Reddit
asshole,
typing the responses.
But turned around
Yes.
to not
Yeah.
the asshole.
Yeah.
Which is, you know,
Oh, it's a
The old
wood. It's a
switcheroo.
wood. Was this one of the wood?
Yeah, this is a
ones?
wood.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not. Wait,
Yeah,
did
so
not-
he
Oh, sorry,
avoided
sorry.
being the asshole.
Oh, good. He's
So
not
good
the
for
asshole.
him.
Not the
Okay.
asshole.
The internet
Could have
helped
been the
you.
asshole.
The internet did a good thing.
The
That's
internet
crazy.
did a good thing.
diverged his path.
Wow.
He's divergent.
He's divergent.
He picked up the stone of
Another
the
one.
He picked up the stone of the asshole, but
He put it
at the last second.
And then
He
he threw
swapped
it at
it.
his parents.
Let's put this episode in Divergent. And we'll-
Am I the asshole? And then it just says gay Christian relationship with like
You
that
have to
little
do a British
emoji that's
accent.
like this.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do a British accent. I actually
Neither
don't know
do
how to do
I.
one. You just did one!
Badly.
Okay, this says, my fiance and I are both women. What?
I was so expecting the British accent. And I
Wait,
feel like
what?
it was there for like half a syllable.
It was?
And then you panicked.
No.
And backtracked.
No, I didn't. My fiance and I are both women. We've been together for over a year, but have known each other since I can't do this anymore.
What do you middle school? And
Did
That was a totally different accent.
On the BBC.
me and my fiance met on a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We were in our jumpers.
We met at Nando's.
Watching YouTube.
Okay, I'm reading this normally. My fiance and I are both women. We've been together for over a year, but have known each other since middle school. For context, her and I grew up differently. She grew up what? She grew up eventually finding peace with her sexuality. I grew up in a Christian conservative household. I'm sorry, that's me.
Author's comment.
I've hated
Oh,
that.
I thought
L
she-
is for Lutheran.
I thought she wrote that.
No, sorry, that was me.
That was an author's note.
I've hated myself and internalized my homophobia forever. This matters for the question I'm about to ask. I'm an aspiring lawyer and she's in the military. I graduated and will be going to law school next year based on where she is stationed. I currently work in a restaurant as a server to get me through school. I was working tonight and a group of law students and professors came into my job and they were from this Christian law school. We started talking and I told them my aspirations. They knew I was Christian because of my cross on my neck. The head professor begins talking to me about God and my fiance and I's plans. The man then makes the assumption that my fiance is a man. I don't deny that my fiance is a guy, and I refer to her as he in fear of being judged or looked at differently because of who I am, because of who I'm getting married to, and also because I didn't want to ruin my tips since I knew they were from out of town. I made great connections, got a card from the professor and one of the students' numbers. I told my fiance about this interaction and she's furious and hurt. She said that me internalizing homophobia is hurtful to her. She also feels hidden. My thought processes was that these strangers could be good networks and I'm just trying to play the part so I can 1, make money, 2, have connections. I was just trying to engage in effective networking. Am I the asshole?
I mean, it's a complicated situation.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I get the concern about like safety and also like just getting your tip.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
get your money. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, me personally, lesbian, but I would, if I knew how to flirt with anybody, I would flirt with men to get a tip. Just cause, like, you know.
Just like in general, not even working.
Oh my god. I think that borders on illegal. No, like if I worked in a restaurant.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's kind of like that.
I think it's the networking to me that gets it a little bit, like, because you don't, like, it's one thing to just get your tip and, like, never see these, like, homophobic people ever again. But it's another thing to, like, try to build connections with them and, like,
Yeah.
try to go
Right.
to that school. Like, because then how long is it going to keep going?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
It's
thing
going
is
like
I'm
a
nervous
strategy.
for her because then it's like, what if that's your professor and he's like, oh, how's your husband? And you have to,
Right.
Yeah.
like you either tell him you lied or you have to like keep on.
Yeah.
Keep on
adding to
lying.
the
Yes.
story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How long are you
That's so
going
stressful.
to make your fiance, like, your secret?
Mhm.
Like, and
Yeah.
then that's
Oh,
just
that's
not
so true.
healthy.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I get the money thing. Like, yeah, why not
that
just,
tip.
like,
For
lie to
fleeting-
random people at your restaurant? Who
Yeah.
cares? But, like, I do get it from the fiance's perspective, too.
No, for
like,
sure.
it really hurts to be, like, basically, like, lied about. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's, like,
Yeah.
not respecting.
Yeah. And that it also might be, this seems like a relatively small incident, so it might be the fiance having this, reaction to it might be indicative of this being a more consistent problem, or bringing up problems that they had in the past with, because they've known each other since middle school, of this relationship being hidden. She sort of, maybe this fiance was like, hey, I thought we were done with this. Something like that. Could be indicative of other issues.
Yeah, the fact that OP talks about their internalized homophobia, like, a fair amount, I would say, makes me think that this is not, like, oh, my fiancé is being so unreasonable, I lied to get a tip.
Yeah.
It's like, my fiancé is deeply concerned that I will erase how important she is to me, because networking is more important to me, and, like, going to a Christian law school is more important to me than she is.
Yeah. True.
I mean, you can't go to a school that wouldn't accept your fiance. Like, that's your whole entire school, like, where you spend most of your time. And
a
you
lot.
make a lot of your connections and, like, coworkers. So that's just too much.
Yeah, because it's like a law school, too. Like, all of the networking you do at law school is going to also be with homophobes.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, it's like professional networking, too. Like, those could totally be, they're probably going to be your coworkers and, like, bosses and stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because then what if you tell them that you have a husband, you
Yeah.
know? Then the rest of your life, it's like either lying to them or,
Yeah, which is not a good situation to be in.
Oh,
No,
that
not
sucks,
really.
though.
Ending this one on a happy note.
Do we have a happy one?
No.
I think there's only one more in the...
And it does not sound great.
Oh, no.
We can just
go
In
back
post-
to talking about the boys.
Divergent.
in
The boys!
Are the
boys
boys divergent?
Are the boys divergent?
Are the boys divergent? Ooh.
Every
That's a
time
good
someone says
question.
divergent, like maybe 1/8 of me is like, do they mean neurodivergent though? And then they never do.
They never do.
1/8, very precise.
Yeah, well, it's not like half is too much. Like, even a quarter is too much. I'm just like a little bit like...
That's
just
pretty
like
little
a
bit.
smidgen.
Yeah.
Usually when I hear divergent, it is neurodivergent.
Yeah.
That's because it's a great word.
It is. I like the word.
So true.
Yes. So true.
Am I the asshole for accidentally misunderstanding people when they talk about divergent?
No, you're not.
Which one?
Good one.
Divergent, the
Good.
book, or neurodivergent? Which one are we talking about?
Oh, shit. No. I feel like that's me so often, though.
I know. I
Yeah.
was like, actually, like, wait.
Am I, though?
Am I?
No, you're not.
Okay, well.
The definitive answer.
Yeah.
You're not.
You are absolved of all future asshole actions.
You have impunity.
Yeah,
That's a
I could
good
just
word.
be an asshole now.
Impunity.
Impunity.
Wow.
Yes.
No one can stop me.
I thought I was gonna say it's like an indulgence from the church.
You have to Venmo. Who would you Venmo to
I don't
absolve
know.
yourself of your
The
sins?
I think the Pope.
No, not
Pope
like
take Venmo?
I'm talking about like what Kelly was comparing it to, where you're allowed impunity of being an asshole if you Venmo fill in the blank. Who do you Venmo?
I don't know,
Outright?
Planned Parenthood?
Oh.
Yes. Venmo us $45.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah,
one,
we'll
you
link
get
our
one
Venmo.
slur.
You get if you send us hate mail, you actually have to put a check in there. Hey man, if we get hate mail and they put money in it, we're taking the money.
Yeah.
That, you know what? Because
I mean,
we got
honestly,
hate mail anyways.
we did make a lot of merch of our first hate mail.
Yeah. Wait, what was our first hate mail again?
Satan's Jester.
Oh, yeah. What
We
about
have
that TikTok comment?
Was that hate mail?
I don't know.
Yes,
They were
we
just
gotta-
like, oh my god, I can't believe what they're doing. Do you see what they're doing? They're talking about Satanism. And they were like, whoa.
Damn.
Shout out to Satan.
Shout out to Satan for real.
No.
No.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah, that's fair.
I draw the line.
That's
Yes.
so valid.
So true.
So true.
Thank you.
We're just trying to take you back to your homophobic era.
Yeah.
I know. I guess I relate to this person because, like, I've had my homophobic era while being, like, queer. And so, like, knowing that you're queer, but then also being homophobic about it because you're, like, grew up in, like, a traditional, like, religious household. like, I get it, but then I also think if you're to the point where you have a partner, like,
Oh.
you need to start prioritizing your partner and start reflecting upon yourself. Because if you can't accept yourself, then you're also not accepting your partner in a way. Because so if you don't think it's right to be gay, then you're also thinking something about your partner, like, because they're also making the same choices. So yeah, I think this person should look deep inside and stop networking with homophobic people.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Building my
I think
That's
that's
Lily's wisdom.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
LinkedIn.
feel like that's
God,
a
I hate
good like
LinkedIn.
closing lesson for us to have.
Yes.
Accept yourself.
Don't network with homophobes.
The end.
Yeah.
Don't network with yourself.
Don't network with yourself. It doesn't work.
As this podcast was filming, my dad's texting me about networking events to go to.
I was texting you something homophobic.
No! He's not homophobic.
Aw.
For the record, on air.
On
For
air.
the record,
air.
on air.
Anyway.
Even though we are in fact not on air and not live.
Yes.
This is
For the internet.
from the internet.
This was
Soon
recorded
to
at
be
some
on the
point.
internet.
From the internet.
From the internet.
My dad
Oh.
is simply trying to help me not be unemployed.
Valid.
That's so true.
We love that.
If we do want to end on a positive note, I just want to say about Lily's comment, I think it's so fun being being out gay and proud about it. I was looking at your shoelaces and I was like, damn, that's so fun.
I love them.
Yeah.
We're good.
It's true.
I have rainbow shoelaces.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah,
being
for the
out.
viewers at home.
For the-
here-
For the viewers at home.
For our audio
And frequently
listeners.
looking at
Yeah.
JQ shoes.
It's true.
Yeah, they're
For
right
people who
there.
have not had the pleasure, they observing my beautiful shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for
so cute.
our listeners at home, 3 out of 5 of us are wearing docs.
Are those docs?
Are those dogs?
They're docs
Yours,
adjacent.
Lorelli's.
Oh, mine?
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I love the
Yeah, they are
the
popping
buckles.
off.
Damn, they are popping.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Good
Bang it.
shit.
Lily,
Everyone
we're
put their feet on the
sneaker
table so
vibes.
the viewers can
Sneaker
see our
vibes.
shoes.
Let's not do that.
Jackie was getting ready to
Very sketchy territory.
Hey, they're covered.
People
They're
can see my
covered.
shoes. They just can't see my feet.
Cancel my
Our view
Jose.
count goes up.
Most replayed.
The most replayed.
Oh my god.
Throw in
Oh.
some ankle.
And on that note, you can follow OutWrite on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at OutWrite Newsmag, or check out our articles on OutWriteNewsmag.org. That's right spelled WRITE. I have been JQ.
And what's our Venmo, JQ?
I don't know.
And how
It's
much
like
do we sell our feet pics for, Jackie?
It's like maybe.
You don't have to say it. I was joking.
No,
Don't give out Crystal.
Don't.
Please.
Chris is gonna bleep that
Chris will edit this.
Yeah.
out. Sorry,
I
Chris.
don't know Chris's Venmo.
I
That's
think
what it, that's, yeah, that's what you
pretty
just...
I know Chris's
Kelly.
Venmo?
Okay, guys,
do.
let's move on with the... I'm
the
sorry for
outro.
that.
We're sorry, Chris.
I
I have been JQ.
I've been Lorelli.
I've been Lily.
I've been Kelly.
I've been Emma.
Bye.
Bye.